Hey folks, Danny here with Johnny.
Hello.
Hi Johnny.
Hello.
An Assassin's Creed 3 trailer arrived today, so we're going to have a look at it and analyse it somewhat.
Hot diggity dog.
And see what's on it, and more specifically, kind of what's not on it, because it's not really...
No, well indeed, as remains to be seen. But we kick off obviously with the Ubisoft logo, this being
an Ubisoft game.
We're taken to Mohawk Valley in 1777.
Yeah, Mohawk Valley. It's about 200 miles northwest of New York. It's just past towards Albany direction. We've got a nice Assassin's Creed eagle.
Yeah, of course they are the kind of, the emblem of the assassins, if you will.
Kind of fits a bit better in this with the whole
it
American
does,
vibe.
to be honest. You've obviously got a British flag there. This taking place in the American War of Independence or Revolutionary War, depending
on what side of the pond you live on.
And you've got this hat which blows away in the wind and then becomes all animacy there, as does the log, and then we wipe into a bit of forest. And it's here we meet Connor with his Assassin's Creed Tomahawk there.
John Connor. Not quite. Tomahawk, there's a bunch of English dudes.
British soldiers dying. Now this is interesting. We'll scrub back a bit here. You can see he's obviously got his Tomahawk, but he's also got a dagger.
Oh yeah.
Which is getting us asking, are we going to be able to dual wield in this game? That's what I want to know. We've seen counter kills before in game where you can kind of use the hidden blade in conjunction with...
Is that made of bone or something?
With a sword and... the Tomahawk?
No, the dagger.
Oh, that's a very good...
No.
You know
maybe,
what? It
maybe.
Kind of looks like it. I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe it is a bone dagger. I'd be willing to say it is. So then we got there wolves confirmed in Assassin's Creed 3. Very exciting, because obviously
will you be able to ride a wolf? We don't know yet.
Hopefully. We're much more in the wilderness here.
Yeah.
So presumably there are going to be elements of kind of the wildlife out there. Whether we're going to see horses come back into the franchise is a question, because obviously Assassin's Creed 2 had some...
Ooh.
This is juicy. Hang on. Boom. Had some juicy kind of horse combat stuff, which then disappeared for Revelations and stuff like that. But obviously we got the kind of eagle emblem on his hood, just in case you weren't clear. He is an assassin. Then we got him running along here.
That dude's only got a lantern as a form of defense.
Yeah, it's not really fair. It's not really a fair fight, is it? Now, this is kind of interesting. I want to pause it here because it's a good look at kind of him in his full profile. Firstly, he's got this kind of like lapel front to the outfit, so it's obviously been updated quite a bit. But if you look at his right arm, the one holding the tomahawk, it's kind of bare, whereas the other one has like this leather bracer.
Oh yeah,
which presumably you
hidden
see
blade.
It in hidden blade. It's got the Assassin's Creed kind of crest branded on it. So it seems at this stage, presumably this is quite early on in the game because he doesn't have like all that much kit. Whereas
I've noticed there's no bombs on his belt or anything either.
No, exactly. You see one little pouch later on, which I'll show you, but he's pretty kind of bare in his kit right here. But on the pack shot, it does have twin braces, and you can see the hidden blade mechanism clearly in there. So clearly stuff gets added, and you kind of earn it as you go through, which is a staple of the gameplay. Now this is interesting.
This is pretty. Yeah, I like this stuff.
We've got some parkour going through the trees. Now back here, you heard the kind of swing sound effect. Which comes out with the hidden blade, again kind of suggesting it's there. You can see that pouch there as well on his kind of back.
Yeah.
That could be for throwing knives if those are still in there. He's obviously got those twin pistols there along with the bow and arrow.
Yeah, twin guns again, so you're back to the whole dual wielding.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, can you do that kind of thing? You got the bow and arrow, so a lot of range stuff from the looks of things, but then he just grips onto the tree there rather than kind of jamming in or anything like that. So I don't know if we're going to see...
no hook blade this time around from
if I had to put money on it, I'd say no hook blade, simply because it was kind of a Constantine kind of like specific things. Like not even Ezio had heard of them when he turned up in Revelations, and then all of a sudden, boom, there they were.
It's interesting though because just obviously the trees are sort of replacing the city streets, I guess, from the old game. So obviously it can't all be in the forest. So it's interesting to see that maybe the action that happens in these forests is a little bit more stealthy, hunty type.
I would imagine so. Yeah, kind
cities.
Of picking off patrols, kind of like that dude, the poor bugger with just his lantern there. But it's going to be interesting because you see this kind of bit. It's kind of like he's cornering it, like with the
lanterns,
the hanging
ones. Yeah.
Clearly, the level design is going to be really interesting to make it look kind of like you can do parkour in it, but also make it look like a believable forest.
Yeah.
But anyway, then we come out onto this vista here, and it pans out to show this massive battle about to take place.
Bunch of dudes fighting. They also
Yeah.
said in the late last week, I heard that the new engine is going to have the ability to have much more
render
people
like
on it.
thousands
Yeah.
on screen at one point. Well, the level of interactivity of those battles is kind of interesting and up for debate. While we've got a good look at him here, actually, it might be a good chance to talk about the more kind of native touches to his dress. Like you can see on his quill there, you've got the kind of like the hanging bits of leather, and you can see kind of like it's not a great shot here, but he's wearing kind of bound moccasins that go all the way up his legs. Now, what about Desmond in this? Because it's pretty much nailed on that Desmond's going to play a part in Assassin's Creed 3.
He hasn't got a cut in his lip, does he?
No, but I mean, for Revelations, they redesigned Desmond's face.
Yes.
And they changed kind of Altair's as well a bit, because the idea is that Altair and Ezio are from different bloodlines that all converge on Desmond. We did a video on this actually a little while ago. I'll throw up an annotation now so you can, if you don't know about the Assassin's Creed bloodlines, you can better understand it. But kind of in the chin and in the mouth, he looks a bit like Desmond there, but like, if you see what I mean. But he's got kind of this, his nose is quite different, and it'll be interesting to see how he ties in with the Desmond bloodline. Presumably he does. And yeah, so if we carry on with the trailer here, you then get...
Who's that guy?
Well, if you listen to what he's actually saying, I think we talked over most of it. It's George Washington, would you believe, leading the American troops to fight off.
Yeah, so I looked this up. That quote, according to Mother Internet anyway, seems to be the address that he made to the Continental Army just before the Battle of Long Island, which would have been in August, late August of 1776. It was kind of like the first major battle of the Revolutionary War, about a couple of months after the siege of Boston. Interesting though that if it is right, that quote would be from August, so a lot of this snow wouldn't make any sense. And funnily enough as well, if we do go back to what we said earlier about the Mohawk Valley being 200 miles away from New York, it begs the question: is this a journey game? Will the character be traveling from his native lands maybe towards where the war is happening, or is he sort of adventuring around the whole East Coast area, maybe between New York, Boston, and the surrounding areas? So in terms of like chronology and distance, it's interesting to see maybe what the scale of Assassin's Creed 3 will be. And we already know is it from one of the books or from...
It's hinted at in game that he had an Apple of Eden or a piece of Eden.
Yeah.
Whether it was the Apple of Eden that's featured in other games, I'm not sure. My lore's a bit rusty on Assassin's Creed, but he's certainly kind of enlightened in that regard. Whether he's one of the Illuminati or not, I don't know. But anyway, then we're running forward. Then these three guys get down.
That guy's got a drum. He's running into battle with a drum.
Boom. Yeah, there's some very poorly equipped soldiers in this franchise. But then we get the Assassin's Creed 3 with
the three little stars.
Yeah, with a hooray for America, 3 stars.
It's good, and blue and red as well. And
October 31st, 2012. So practically
right around the
November.
corner. Yeah, to be revealing a game. So interesting first look to Assassin's Creed 3. It'll be fun to see what comes out over the next month in that next magazine, Game Informer as well. See what they have on it.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But yeah, at least from the initial reveal trailer, doesn't seem like there's too much that we didn't already learn of last week.
Yeah.
So hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you've spotted something that we haven't, or you've got some backstory or lore that you'd like to add, please stick it in the comments. Thanks for watching.